Hello everyone, this is Jim Okrzynski with your Week 5 screencast video. So as we find ourselves in the heart of the course in Week 5, some important due dates are coming up. As we continue with the Encountering Sources blog, posts 4 and 5 are due this week on Tuesday and Friday. Also, I do not have examples for blog post 3, 4, and 5. I mentioned this in my observation post that if you are looking for a strategy, perhaps the instructions might not be quite clear to you of handling each individual post. You might want to look through everybody else's blogs and see how they've handled their particular assignment and writing for that particular blog post. So that might give you an idea if 3 or 4 students handle a blog post in a certain way, and a certain method. You might want to follow suit and use that as your example for the week. All right. So it's an important week. We have the annotated working bibliography due on Sunday, the big assignment there. So hopefully everybody's taking their notes and working with their sources through the blogs, and then the assembling and putting together the annotated should be pretty straightforward. So one thing I would like to point out, especially in the announcement here, I have provided some links to MLA citation and APA citation. If you want just a refresher or some information on that, here's a wonderful video from Marquette University on the one hand, and also here is an APA
Hi there. Welcome to your NLC Libraries tutorial on using in-text.
So I provided those links. Now whether you use MLA or APA, that's entirely up to you. Those of you who might have a more scientific topic in nature might find APA a better citation strategy because sometimes author and date works better for certain topics. The default citation method is MLA because this is an English course. So I provided those links for you. In addition, there is information in the textbook in Chapter 3 on how to work with sources. Once again, I will point out Dr. Karen's videos and how to handle sources. The 4 principles of citation are critical. It is important so that everybody knows who the speaker is. Is it you? Is it somebody else? One of your sources. It's an important part of academic citation. All right, so moving on to the course units this week. We're going to be looking at week 5. Obviously, here is the blog posts for post 4 and post 5. Now, I've moved over the annotated working bibliography assignment here into the week 5 unit. You will have here the assignment link. This is exactly where you will submit your annotated. You can upload your documents, your Word doc or your PDF right here. Just attach it and upload. And please take the time to review the assignment. All right. So I'm looking for 8 to 10 sources, and I can assure you, you are not going to get a passing grade if you give me 5 or 6 sources. The minimum is 8, and I'm clear in the instructions on that. The first part of your annotated is a specific, clearly defined focusing question. One question, please. Followed by a well-crafted paragraph explaining background information and interest is in this question and the significance to you and potential readers. Over the course of the last few weeks, I know that many of your topics have evolved. So, an updated paragraph letting me know exactly where you've kind of moved within your topic would be a way to introduce the annotated bibliography. Published books and articles and scholarly journals, you have to have at least some of those. Some of your 8, at least 2 or 3 have to be in published books or articles. Your internet sources, web pages, and is another category. Multimedia, yes, you can use your documentaries or YouTube clips if they're appropriate. And living sources or fieldwork, if you have interviews from individuals, can be used. And I caution everybody, living sources or interviews, usually going to limit those to about 2. All right? I don't want 8 interviews to be your the content of your annotated working bibliography. All right, we want a cross section of sources, the 4 sources of information talked about in the introduction in the Curious Researcher. So please, if you have any questions, I do provide you an example. This is an excellent read on nanotechnology. If you are interested in nanotechnology, as you can see, the formatting, MLA formattings for setting up the document, even though this was about nanotechnology. The student who prepared this annotated clearly used MLA in the formatting. So let's take a look at how an annotated is constructed. The first item is your citation, and here you have your formatting according to MLA guidelines, and you also have the link to the source. The hyperlink is required for MLA 8. You will notice that in your Curious Researcher, the appendix in the back is MLA 7. It is an older edition of the book. It's one of the reasons why it is rather just inexpensive. So be aware, you can find many sources online, whether it's the Purdue OWL. I provided you the link to the Excelsior OWL in Blackboard, but MLA guidelines and formatting is available out on the internet. So what you have is the citation with the proper hanging indent, and then here, as you can see, is the paragraph that's annotating, summarizing the particular article or source. If you want to look in your textbook in chapter 2, I believe, pages 72 and 73, Ballinger talks about the annotated bibliography along with as a method of collecting your information and working with sources. As you can see, as we scroll through the example here, the next source, once again, starts with the citation and then the annotation after. Please remember, it's citation, annotation. Citations and all your sources are organized alphabetically. So as you work through the particular example here, you'll see the kind of development and also the organization of a sample annotated bibliography. So that is the annotated bibliography that'll be due on Sunday. Now here is the research essay assignment. I will cover the research essay assignment in the middle of the week in a separate screencast video. This will be your culminating assignment. It's 8 to 10 pages, 2,500 words in length. Many students here are transfer students to state universities and other institutions. So in order to meet the criteria for the Illinois Articulation Initiative, which is the IAI number at the top of your syllabus, a research paper consisting of 2,500 words is the requirement according to the Illinois College Board. So that's the reason why we are required to meet that criteria. All right. Hopefully everybody is on track. Everything's looking good from what I see in Blackboard. If you have any questions, please email me during the week. Thank you and good luck.